So I'm going for a walk today. It's that unbearable kind of hot day where you sort of wonder to yourself if it's actually okay that you go for a walk. I haven't been for a walk for a long time. I don't go for walks outside very often. I usually just walk around the yard, especially with the heat around. You just feel that kind of heat where you have to put sun cream on every 20 seconds, and then you're like, I'm not going to go outside to go for a walk. I'm just going to walk around the yard where the trees are. But today, I told myself, you know what? I wouldn't mind going for a walk today. I mean, I hunched over my computer for hours and hours to no effect. I seriously just want to quit the job that I just started because, I mean, I can do 1 hour maybe of work. I can't do 3 or 4 hours. 3 hours, I did around 3 hours today. I was like, I can't do this every day, not for this kind of money. I got no sales. I'm probably going to get blasted for using data. And then I'm kind of thinking, you know what? If this is what it is, I don't need this. I could make more money doing anything else. Even for possibly like just selling on the internet. I mean, you don't sell every week, but if it's like how much money, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to calculate how many hours I've done by the end of the week, and if I don't present any sales, it's going to be like, oh, we don't think this job is for you. So that's usually how it works. But I'm already thinking, I can't really stand the job. I don't really want this job. I can't stand it. And so I'm like, I wouldn't give it up. I know it's just been like the first shift today. I trialed a little bit of work last week, but you don't get paid in the hour. You just get paid for your sales. And I'm sure if I did my other commission-only job, I would have obtained at least one sale within the same hours. And so I'm thinking, just stick to what I'm already doing. I don't need this. In a couple of days' time, I'll have it clear in my mind whether I want to continue working or not. But if I'm not getting the sales, I'm not going to put in the hours. The only good thing about my current commission-only job, the one that I had before this one started, is you can do any amounts of hours you want. And I generally do 1 to 2 hours a day. And then, whenever I feel like I'm done, I was doing like at one stage 15 minutes on a break in between a paying job. And you can do that. And then you just put up your hands whenever you feel like you're done. I think I could earn more money with that job than this current job. The only difference is if I do get one sale, this current job swamps that previous job. But like I said, if the sales aren't there in a couple of days, I'm just going to give it up anyways. I can't work for nothing. And if I don't give it up by the end of the week and I don't get any sales, they're sure to give me up. But that's kind of been what in my head today. But I'm so distracted. I want to go on a holiday. I want to go to the beach. I want to sit by the ocean. Ideally, I want to swim in the ocean, but I can't swim if I don't have clear skin. And of course, I don't have clear skin right now. These are my bracelets. I don't know if you can see them. I put on different bracelets today because The one that I was going to put on, this orange one, I said, oh, this elastic is so gone. It looks like it's going to cock it in the next 2 seconds, and within like 2 seconds it literally like fell apart. I put a lot of my jewelry in boxes because I was convinced that the sun coming through the windows deteriorating the elastic at a much higher level. Because I haven't really generally worn bracelets excessively, and yet they're wearing out like I have. So, well, that's what you get for buying the cheap stuff. I mean, all my bracelets with the elastic are fairly cheap, unless it's like comes from a jeweler and they're 100% more expensive. But most of the ones that I buy usually are like $2 or $3, and that's usually on special from $10 or $15. So they're just ordinary bracelets. I generally think bracelets with elastic last around 3 months. But the good thing is I have so much jewelry. I've got lots and lots of jewelry. So I've got stuff that's made of silver or steel or whatever, and I've got lots of like jewelry items to wear. These ones are the expendable ones. They're the nice looking ones on the plastic bands. They don't last nearly as long. But I've got like tons and tons of jewelry. One thing I bought up on this year, but the next thing I want to buy so many things. I'm sort of saving away from purchasing expensive things until I've got like extra money. That's not going to be like this year, it's probably next year. Whenever I have extra money, I need a bike so that these long walks can turn into really short bike trips. And I want a camera. I want a new camera. There's this action camera that I want to get, but it's like $800-900 for like something that's like 2 inches long. And I want to buy trees. I think it's called Jacobaba. It's like a dwarf version of this thing which has grapes growing on its stems. I want to buy that one, and so that's like $40 plus $30 shipping, so $70. I also want to go to the chemist and buy a bracelet from them. They have health bracelets that I kind of remember are cool, so I might buy that one today. I'll just see what they have, because last time they had the bracelets like not in a box, like they were the last of the bracelets or something. And I want to buy one other thing that's like, what is it? Oh yeah, it's like some kind of instrument. Oh no, yeah. So I want to buy an instrument too. That's going to cost $1,000 with amp. So these things I want to buy, that's like a good $3,000 worth of stuff. Eventually I'm going to buy a desktop computer that has 1 terabyte of memory. When you use a really fast computer, it makes that distress of hopping on a computer go away. But that's not going to be anything. I'll probably use my mediocre computer for 2 years yet. As much as it frustrates me, it does actually function. So, and then I've got this fast laptop for the fast stuff, but it would be to my benefit to buy a nice new desktop computer too. The other one I've had, I think it was bought for me in a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. It would have been 3, I think. And for some Christmas thing. And I didn't really appreciate it. I was like, oh, screw you. I was saving for like a $5,000 computer. Someone just jumped in and bought me something. But I've been using it, so I've hung in there. And it kind of works. It's just not the world's best computer and not great for someone who just wants to hurry up and get on and do a few things and log off again. But that's a longer, I'll do that later. Possibly when I move out and have my own place, because then I can put the crappy one in the study and be like, yeah, that's the crappy computer. And then put the other one in my bedroom and be like, yeah, that's my computer. That's the one I need to use. Or whatever. I'll put the crappy one in the guest bedroom and the real one in the study. So I can just go in there and be like, yay, I'm going to use a computer today. And then I just use it. But I keep considering my options, and they seem far-fetched. They seem like options that I'll pick up later, sometime later, when I can afford these things. It's like the later period is always a far stretch away, and I'm like very disappointed every week that, every time I buy something, I'm literally wasting money, and I spend money every week, every couple weeks, and I'm like, I really shouldn't do that, because every $1,000 counts, every $100 counts. So every time I spend $100, I'm wasting $100, and then that depletes off your kind of account. So then you're like, oh, I really shouldn't do that. I just do, especially for small things. Small things aren't so bad. It's the $100 or $200 items. I don't usually spend more than $200, but when you realize I bought quite a few items and they are all like $100 to $200 in a month, and then you're like, that could have taken $300 off the camera that I wanted, or I could have paid for the bike that I wanted after all. And then you're like, oh, I really shouldn't do that. I really should just save. But I'm trying to get some boundaries. I'm trying to get today I just wake up and decided I'm in an aggressive mood. I'm very irritated and unsettled. And to make it worse, I have to go for a nice long walk in nice harsh sunlight to deliver a package that I may or may not have to refund the buyer for. They bought this painting which isn't very big, and it's kind of old and kind of crappy. And then they paid like $14 thinking that they got a bargain when they just got some crappy old art that I made ages ago, like 5 years ago. And I'm like, well, I put the details on there. It's used condition old art. Anyway, and usually art sells pretty good, and everyone usually does thank you for everything that you send, and then you're like, cool, I didn't know why they thank you when they've just wasted money. But the big ones, which are listed as expensive, but you can get for just as much if you really want it. They're a lot more better. You get those ones and you might be happy. Anyway. But I definitely feel like going to the beach. I'm going to go stay at a resort someday. Probably next year. Whenever. I sort of want to clear my credit card and then be like, oh, I have a few $1,000s to spend whenever I feel like it. It's taking forever to pay that thing off. Like, I literally put so much money towards it. I don't know why it's not paying itself off. So, look at the cows. Poor little things. You have to feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for all these animals that just get chopped up. It sort of really deters me. It's like every day I think about them cows and chickens and goats, and every day I think about them and I feel sorry for them. Like every day I feel sorry for them for the being a food industry called the meat industry, and it makes me feel like I want to turn like vegetarian a little bit more, because yeah, it's pretty bad that animals are just going to be killed to be eaten. You know, like, these burgers might taste delicious, but you have to feel sorry for them. Like, imagine if I did that with the whole entire human race. That would feel terrible to just be like grown up until you're like 18 or 20 or whatever, or how long, you know, the shank's the best, and then just stand in line and be slaughtered one by one. It must be like the most horrible existence ever. I'm like, I don't like it. Ethically, I don't like it. Not even for animals. So, sort of toss and turn in my mind, and then I sort of just reach for the nearest vegetarian meal and be like, I just feel terrible for them. It's too terrible to eat meat. Usually. Unless I'm traveling and just picking up whatever on the way, but usually I'm very strongly against eating meat, because I think about them religiously, like every day, every time dinner is served, every time I eat something. Sort of usually sigh of relief that I can eat without guilt on my conscience, and I'm eating vegetarian foods. But yeah, that's my thing. We had a Christmas event recently that I didn't go to. There's a sign probably still saying that it's there, but they have fireworks and things, raffle draws, competitions, the best dressed truck or something. And as interesting as that is, who would enter that? It's like, but they must get like $100 or something. But we didn't actually go. We were just gonna go and see if there's any yummy foods, and expecting pretty low quality foods. I mean, last time I went to the showgrounds that had the worst chips. Like, why would I spend $8 on chips when you can get bigger chips for $5 from the stores that are like 10 minutes walk away? You know? And like, I don't know, I'm sort of trying to get into the mood of the expenditures, but it just lets you down. Unless I get ice cream, it kind of lets you down. So ice cream's like pretty much the only thing that's usually like an option, because the food is like, I might as well just be eating cardboard food. Really, it's not that fantastic. They could really upgrade it. And they don't even sell like bloody fairy floss, you know. floss. That sugary stuff that you eat. I don't even sell that. And you're like, I don't think I have a store with fairy floss, and then I would buy one and maybe not be disappointed. I can get like rushed up on some sugar. But like, it might make me not frown. Because the foods are that bad, I'm always like, yeah, okay. Just watch someone, rub underneath their armpits and sweat over your foods when they prepare it, and then you taste it, and you're like, well, that was disappointing. And really, what are your expectations? And it's like, oh, I would expect that. Poor service, poor food, poor opinions of everything.